Hey, it's Patti Scharf, CPA and co-founder of Catching Clouds, the leader in e-commerce accounting. Welcome back to our Saturday Slowdown, where I like to remind everybody to work on their business and not just in their business. All right, so I recently did a video on the 6 ways to protect your business. You can go check out the video there. And I was talking about how Scott and I are going through and kind of just revamping all of our stuff, making sure that all our ducks are in a row. Our son just went off to college recently, and we're going on a big trip, and it's just a good time to kind of reassess where we are. So we're working on revamping our wills and building a business succession plan. So if anything happens to us, then the business is protected, and our kids are protected and things like that. So I wanted to share this story with you because it really talks about how important bedside manner is in business. I know people talk about it like in hospitals and things like that, but really in business, you really need to pay attention to how you're coming across to your customers. So we met with our first attorney. This was the guy who was going to help us with wills and trusts and stuff like that. And he came to our house, which was really cool, and we sat down and we met with him, and clearly he knew what he was talking about and all of that. And then radio silence for a whole month, maybe even longer, maybe 6 weeks. One day Scott and I were like, didn't we talk to an attorney? What's going on with our wills? So I sent him an email, and he's like, oh, I think I've got everything I need. And I was like, wait, but I haven't sent you any of our past wills. I haven't given you information about our kids. So I guessed what he might need, gave him all of that information, and he was like, oh, okay, thanks. And then I was like, don't we need an engagement letter or something like that? And he was like, oh yeah, here, I'll send that over. And then it was another month, and I was like, what's going on with the wills? And then just about the time where we were about to follow up with him again, we get a package in the mail of draft wills. And I was like, first of all, paper? Who does that anymore? But I was, and in the cover letter, it was like, oh, I'm missing a couple of bits of information. Please review these and give me that information before we finalize. And I was like, okay. Now, I'm a pretty smart person. I took a business law class in school. I kind of know how to read contracts and things like that. But I'm not an attorney. I'm like, is this how people feel when they work with accountants who just say, oh, here's your tax return, done, and don't walk you through the process? It was really off-putting, and Scott and I just weren't sure what to make of it, and it was all his bedside manner. He could be the smartest person in the world, he could be the best attorney ever, but if he's not bridging that gap where he's making us feel comfortable, making us feel confident in our decision, something's really missing. And then we actually met with another attorney to go over our business succession planning stuff. And it was night and day. He ran his business the way we would run our business, or do run our business. Everything's electronic. He just kind of said, here's what's going to happen. This, and then this, and then this. And here are the things I need. This, and this, and this. And then he's like, here's access to the client portal. And here's it. It was so different from one attorney to the other. And I think that any of the accountants who are out there who are working like attorney number one, they need to really take a look at themselves and step up their game, because nobody's going to go work with people like that in the very near future, because there is just a higher expectation, I think, that's evolving. And I think people are really going to be looking for this other type of experience. So if you're an e-commerce seller, make sure that your customer experience, you have to put yourself into your customer's shoes, and you need to think about how you're coming across. Do they understand how your product works? Do they understand what your product is for? Do they understand how to navigate your site? Do you make it easy on them? People want to have their hands held through the process, whether you're trying to get them to buy something or after they've bought something, how easy is the return process? How easy is their experience? Because if it's really easy and makes them feel good about their purchase, they're going to become repeat customers. And for all of the accountants out there, make sure you're thinking about like meeting your clients where they are. Do they understand what they're looking at? Can they read the tax returns? Can they read the financial statements? And if not, it's really your job to educate them and make them feel comfortable about the decisions that they're making. You want them to want to work with you. So it was just so glaring. These experiences that we had, they were like so contrasted. I felt like I wanted to talk to all of you about that and make sure that you guys are on the right track. I mean, you know, people just don't have their time to waste on crappy experiences like this. So do your best to do what you can. And I guess that's it for today. I hope you like this video. If you did, please like, comment, and share. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and I'll catch you later.